Hello friends, welcome to English classes. In this video I am going to discuss about the most frequent 10 idioms and phrases in exams like SSC CGL, CHSL, MTS or IBPS PO or Clerk and even SBI PO or Clerk, etc. And there are many more exams like this in which you can find such idioms and phrases. So first of all, first idiom is to gather roses only. The meaning of this idiom is to seek all enjoyments of life. Let us see an example. That man did not care for his family and he wanted to gather roses only. So when you want to say something like that, one man just wants to gather the happiness and merriments and the all the good things from life, and he never wants to face problems or hardship or any other bad things. So in this sense you can use this idiom, to gather roses only. Number 2 is a close-fisted person. The meaning of this idiom is miser. That means one who doesn't want to spend his money and doesn't want to give anyone money and just wants to collect all the monies and save for himself and doesn't want to spend at all. So let us see an example. My uncle is a close-fisted person and he doesn't want to spend money at all. So here you can say this, my uncle is a close-fisted person, so he doesn't want to spend any kind of money. So in this sense you can use this idiom, a close-fisted person. Third is to feather one's nest. The meaning of this idiom is to enrich oneself when opportunity occurs. Let us see an example. It was the correct time for James to feather his nest properly. So you can use this idiom whenever you want to say that someone who should collect money or and want to enrich himself when opportunity occurs and take his life to a good position. So in this sense you can use this idiom, and in other words you can say that when the positive time comes. So in this sense you can use this idiom, to feather one's nest. The fourth is within a stone's throw. It is a very common idiom and I think you have heard it before also. The meaning of this idiom is very near or within a definite distance. So you can even understand the meaning from the phrase within a stone's throw. That means that is not far away from something, which is very near to something. So let us see an example. The robbers robbed the bank in daylight, though it was within a stone's throw from the police station. So here you can see that the bank was very near to the police station, but still the robbers robbed the bank in daylight. So in this kind of sentence you can use this idiom, within a stone's throw. The fifth idiom is to tell you in a nutshell. It is also a very common idiom. I think you have heard it before also. The meaning of this idiom is in brief or in very short, or just telling the gist to someone. So let us see an example. He did not have much time, so I had to tell him the story in a nutshell. So here you can see that I have to tell the story in a nutshell. So I have to tell the story in very short and just I have to point the main points of the story. So whenever you want to use a sense in any sentence, you can use this idiom, to tell in a nutshell. The sixth idiom is to read between the lines. The meaning of this idiom is to try to understand what is meant by something that is not written openly, or you can say that to understand the inner meaning of something. Let us see an example. Read between the lines of that letter again. Maybe something very important is written. So here you can see that someone is telling other that you should read the letter more carefully, or you should read between the lines so that you can understand the inner meaning of the words of the letter, which you have may missed for the first time. So try to read it again and read between the lines, or you can say that read it more details or very attentively so that you can find the inner meaning of the letter. So in this sense you can use this idiom, read between the lines. The seventh idiom is stood his ground. The meaning of this idiom is to stand up for one's right or to resist an attack. Let us see an example. The lawyer tried to confuse the eyewitness, but he stood his ground and spoke the truth. So here you can see that this idiom means that someone is trying to convincing you to tell the false or tell the wrong things, but you stood your ground and you stand still and you stand for one's right. So in this sense you can use this idiom stood his ground. The eighth idiom is carve out a niche. The meaning of this idiom is to develop a specific position for oneself or to successfully create or get something, especially a work position, by working for it. It is quite difficult in meaning, so let us see an example. He hopes to carve out a niche for himself as a leading researcher in his field of study. So here you can see that someone is trying to carve out a niche or finding a specific position or favorable position for himself in the field of his study. Even in the second example, we can see that with a great difficulty he was able to carve out a niche for himself in his office. So someone is trying to get a favorable position or the eligible position for himself in an office, and with a very difficulty and hardship and hard work he finally succeeds to carve out a niche or to get that favorable position in this office. So in this sense you can use this idiom carve out a niche. The ninth idiom is to the letter. The meaning of this idiom is in every detail, exactly as written and exactly as instructed. In clear words, this idiom means that you have to follow what is written or you have to obey every rules that is written or has been told to you. Let us see an example. She made a very tasty dish because she followed the recipe to the letter. So here you can see that she has made a very tasty dish because she has followed the recipe to the letter or to the point or as it is directed in the recipe book. In the second example, you can see that you will succeed in life if you follow my advice to the letter. So here you can see that someone is telling other that if you follow my advice to the point or as I said or as I directed, or you can say to the letter, then you will succeed in life and you will be very successful. So in this sense of a sentence you can use this idiom to the letter. The 10th idiom is picking holes. You can understand it from the phrase that this means to picking holes means to find someone's fault, finding fault with someone or finding fault with someone's opinions or someone's work, etc. An example is here that his habit is picking holes in everybody's opinion. So someone's hobby is to picking holes or finding faults with everyone's opinion or everyone's work or everyone's suggestion. So in this sense of a sentence you can use this idiom picking holes. So these are the most frequent 10 idioms that can be very useful for you. So I hope that I have discussed these idioms to you very well, and I think you can understand the meaning of this and the usage of these idioms. So that's all for today. If you like this video, then please click on the like button, comment your views, your opinions, your suggestions about many more things regarding English, and please share it with your friends so that everyone can get a view to this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because if you are subscribed to my channel then you can be always be updated whenever I upload a new video, and I will be back with a new video on the same day next week. So keep up with my channel. That's all for today. Bye bye, and please don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.